Hello, welcome to another Toon Kind at 12 FPS. I'm your host, Marzi Bird, and I'll be playing Mariz. Yes, that's confusing. Yes, it's on purpose. And I'm joined with my lovely co-star.
That is me, Fletcher. I will be playing a rat known as Fleck who has many emotional problems. And
Oh,
welcome to Consequences the FPS, also known
yeah.
as a conflict of instincts for like the actual name, but it's Consequences time.
Yeah, it's consequences time. Also, just a quick
Breaks,
sidebar.
please do not
If
cowboy
breaks, if
into the
you do that, I will kill you where you stand.
audio.
That's in the recording. Remember that.
You
Anywhoosies.
can't threaten people, that's a legally actionable offense.
Listen, don't worry about it. What, you think Breaks is gonna sue? Wait, we need to stop being funny.
Yeah, believe it or not, audience, this is supposed to be a medium to high angst FPS. We are both just clown shoes and they're kind of hard to take off.
Yeah, they're big, man. They're kind of hard. Okay, oh god.
Do not!
Don't! We started the recording. Don't make us start over. Do not. God damn it.
For
We
reference
now
to your
now just
audience,
have like almost 2 minutes of us telling you do not.
for reference to your audience, there are currently betting pools going on in the gallery for a certain someone to come in and cowboy in the audio.
No. Maybe stop trying to
Only
get Breaks to say cowboy shit in the audio. Fuck off, Jade. God, we need to get to the stuff. Okay. We
Well, if it's not betting, then it's bribing at the very least.
okay, we were gonna start this on
Okay.
one late, not super late. It's a bit before midnight. Um, and make me a perception check if you would.
Oh, because Fleck is so good at that.
It's a very low DC because we already know that this is gonna happen.
That's just a straight D20, my friend.
You made it. You with your rat ears, the slightest creak of the floor. They share a room, right? Since Fleck is very
Yeah, they
small.
share a room. He's very small. He doesn't get his own room.
Yeah.
Like you could set up a drawer for him and it would be big enough to be a room.
Okay. But yeah, Fleck wakes up to the sound of someone shuffling around in the room, which isn't, maybe it's that low because it's not an unusual occurrence. Because Miraz's insomnia is well known at this point. They
Yeah, and
It's
Fleck
very hard for
is
them to sleep.
Yeah. Fleck is also kind of like a light sleeper considering where he comes from.
Mm.
So it's not too hard for him to wake up when there's like a movement or noise. But yeah, so Mary's getting up and moving about. That's not too strange, but he is a little bit interested.
Yeah, because what is strange is he hears other drawers opening and closing, which is not something Mary's usually does when they can't sleep. Usually they'll stay in their pajamas and just walk around the apartment until they can actually fall asleep. But it sounds like they're changing into something else for some reason.
Yeah, that
And the,
definitely gets his interest because usually if Maris is planning a crime, he probably at least hears some of the planning.
mm,
So So yeah, he's definitely kind of interested. Uh and probably like pokes his head out to spy on Maris a little bit.
he probably pokes his head out just in time to see them in their normal daywear dress, walking out the bedroom door.
That is wonderful. He probably doesn't yet try to tail them. Mostly because like he is interested, but considering how long it would take him to get up and change and then tail my mares, he probably would lose track of them by then. So he kind of just makes a mental note, like, hey, maybe see what they're doing next time. Maybe it's something fun. Who knows?
Are
We
you
know.
sure? He hears the faucet go for a very long time.
You know what? That is gonna get him out of bed. Uh, 'Cause you don't ch change into normal clothes to take a bath, and he's pretty sure that Mariz isn't gonna. Yeah, he's a little bit of a confused rat right now, but he is also a sneaky little fella, so he's got a 26 and he's
Yeah.
sneaking
Yep.
on over.
Yeah, he sneaks over to the bathroom, peeks a little in, and Mariz is at the like very quietly at the tub faucet filling 3 water balloons
Hmm.
just to have and to hold forever in holy matrimony.
Well, if
No,
you
scratch
needed a
that.
marriage, you can just go to Fleck because legally he can do that.
He can legally do that, don't worry about it. But no, just to have, and, as they're filling up as the water balloons get filled up and they tie them off, they get shoved into Mariz's hammer space, and he's just gonna keep watching, I assume.
Yeah, he's not quite sure where this is going. I'm not since he first met Maris at school, it was post summer, so I'm not too sure if he knows what a water balloon is.
Oh,
I mean, I can try to roll intelligence, but uh,
it just looks like a balloon filled with water, who knows what that would do.
he has an idea at least.
Yeah, it is a balloon full of water.
It sure is a balloon full of water.
And make me another stealth check as is done with the water balloons and is going to leave the bathroom. Oh,
18.
yeah. He scurries for a place to hide very, very easily and very, very quickly as Mariz shuts off the light to the bathroom, closes the door with their 3 water balloons now in their hammer space, and they don't go back to their room, as one might think after someone fills up water balloons at almost midnight. No, they're heading for the living room, much more specifically the front door to
Oh
their
boy.
apartment.
Black is probably once again trying to sneakily tail them. Like it's probably pretty dim, so there's a good few hiding spaces at the least.
Yeah.
But like this, he has no idea what's happening. Why is Mirrors filling up a bunch of balloons of water at like late o'clock? That's what it says on the clock. It says late.
Mhm, mhm. Late o'clock.
Uh,
Dillinger points at the clock sometimes when they stay up too late and tells them to go the fuck to bed.
yeah, it's a special little clock next to the regular one. It's just there are two times: normal time and late o'clock.
When it's late o'clock, it's bedtime.
Absolutely.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna say, would you like to skip forward a bit to the interesting part?
Yes, let us indeed skip forward to the interesting part.
Yeah. So they leave the apartment, and the Fleck is on their tail or wings, really. They don't have a tail.
Hmm.
And
He
what
has a
Fleck
tail,
see
but
Yeah, he has a tail, but no one's on his tail. He's very
yeah,
small.
he's the one doing the tailing.
Mhm, mhm. And as he's following Mariz and 'cause this is the first time, like, if they did take any nighttime walkabouts, this is the first time he's ever seen one.
Yeah,
Uh,
like he's used to seeing mares walk around. Like maybe sometimes grab a late night beverage. Uh,
mm,
but like they've never left the apartment before,
mhm.
at least not to his knowledge. So this is very weird.
Yeah. For a while, it just looks like Mariz is mindlessly wandering around town, which is very dangerous because Mariz, while Mariz and Fleck are both minors, Mariz is the baby sibling here.
Yeah, so Fleck is already concerned and already pretty glad that he decided to, start tailing them, even if his even if he's in PJs.
Yeah,
He does know that sometimes Mariz gets a bit angy if um if someone shows too much concern over them. So that's why he's sticking to the shadows for now.
they may be small, but they are 16 years old. Thank you very much. But yeah. So it seems like mindless like wandering about the town at night for a while. Until Flex sees Mariz stop and turn an olive green.
Oh boy.
And uh you know what? Make me a perception at advantage. Because
Okay.
there aren't that many people out here, things happening late at night.
It's a good thing that was at advantage, huh?
Yeah, good god. Yeah, it's kind of dark, even with your rat eyes. You kind of blink and well, you don't have dark
He
vision, do
does
you?
not have dark vision despite
Yeah,
being a rat
it
because I
takes him
thought
a
it was
sec.
funny.
You're so valid. It takes him a sec. He blinks a little and then squints, and what he sees is what looks to be a relatively tall lion tune, tall compared to him and Mariz, just standing under a lamppost, reading a book. And this is the only thing around might that he's the only guy around who might interest Mariz, but Fleck doesn't know why that is.
Yeah, this
But
is
they
just a random dude. Fleck has
yeah,
never seen this guy before in his life.
absolutely not. But you know what he does see? He sees Mariz very quietly. Their wings start going and they float up over to the lamppost and they stand on top of it. And Flex sees them reach behind their back and take out one of the balloons that they had filled with water when they were still in the apartment.
Oh boy.
And Flex sees Mariz hold it out and just drop it. And it hits the little lion tune under the lamppost and breaks, and there's water everywhere.
Oh boy. Fleck kind of does a shudder at that because I imagine they're probably like decent sized water balloons.
Mm,
Like, which means that they're probably bigger than he is.
probably.
So, imagining that happening to someone and considering how big he perceives it, like, there's just a full body shudder that kind of rolls down his spine.
And it doesn't stop there, is the thing. Because Fleck continues to watch as he sees this lion tune kind of shake himself off and look up, only for Mariz to throw down another water balloon in his face.
Oh boy. Yeah, Fleck is. There's like another shudder this time. Probably not as violent as the first, but he's definitely kind of got a very, very concerned look on his face. Is probably backing a little bit more into the shadows at this point.
And from his retreated hiding spot in the shadows, he manages to catch Mariz throwing down one last water balloon, but the lion tune manages to sidestep out of the way, and he hears Mariz yell, "Get out of my town!" And then the lion tune is gone.
Oh boy. Yeah, Fleck's kind of just frowning at that because did Bears tell Fleck about that one occurrence with the last rancid vibe man?
Oh, they might have just to complain.
Yeah, so he's frowning a little bit at that, but at this point kind of thinks, oh, maybe Maris has an explanation for that because the last person they yelled that to apparently was a really bad guy. So maybe that's it, but he's not entirely sure, so he's just gonna scurry on home real quick.
Yeah, I assume Fleck probably makes it home before Mariz does.
Probably, yeah, he's going hard.
Yeah. And Mariz is satisfied with driving this lion tune out of their town, supposedly, is taking their sweet time on a leisurely fly back home. And
Absolutely.
yeah, and Mariz gets home. Is would Fleck be in his little drawer room?
He probably would be, but if you want to roll like a perception or investigation, you're welcome to.
I'm gonna do it at disadvantage because Mariz isn't like, doesn't suspect that anyone woke up from their little nighttime walkabouts. Oh, it would
Okay,
have been
yeah,
bad either way.
uh, maybe some things seem a little bit odd, but like you can't exactly put your finger on it.
Mm,
Uh, you figure maybe he just shifted over in his sleep. It's fine. You
yeah.
have other things on your mind. You're
I didn't plug in
probably
my good
flopping into
mic.
bed because you're satisfied. Oh no!
It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. My headset will do. But yeah, Fleck would then just hear Mariz changing out of their day going out clothes, back in their pajamas, and into bed.
And the shot probably plans over to Fleck, who's looking a little bit concerned, curled up a bit. Uh, just thinking about what he's going to do next. And then it's probably another time skip.
Mhm. If you want to, we can keep doing it kind of just little snippets of days that he catches and follows them.
Yeah, probably just like little summary bits, because
Yeah. And after that occurrence for the next 2 weeks or so, anytime Mariz is going out without anyone else and Fleck follows them, it's that same lion tune, and Mariz still throwing things at him.
yeah. And what's more, probably during these sets of occurrences, I imagine Fleck. Well, I should probably roll perception on this, but you know.
Do it.
Okay, I'm gonna. So maybe that's day two. Yeah, I'll roll with an 11 for now. It probably doesn't take too much for him to notice that it does take him a while to glom onto that, but
Mm,
he does eventually notice that, this line tune isn't really doing anything in retaliation.
yeah. He
Like,
is quite literally just standing there taking the brunt of this bullying from Mariz.
yeah, and Fleck knows the last time that some dude earned this sort of wrath, like, it was 100% because he was being a jerk and,
Mhm.
like,
Mhm.
attempted to fight them.
Yeah. For all Fleck knows, this is just some dude that Mariz is mercilessly picking on.
Yeah, perhaps even bullying.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, kind of with that unsettling feeling in his stomach, why don't you make a. You can probably do this at advantage because, like, it is happening over time, but why don't you make some perception checks?
Okay.
See how. See if you notice how your brother's doing.
Oh,
22! That's a nat 20.
that's a nat 20.
That's a nat 20. Alright, yeah. You, you can see, like, basically throughout the course of these 2 weeks or so, like, e- every so often, Fleck just seems to. At first, he kind of just looked a little bit troubled, and then he
Mm,
looked a little bit troubled and concerned, and then he started putting distance between you. Like, he's not really talking to you as much anymore. He seems like really on edge. Uh, and like he's probably gone back to a few bad habits food wise in terms of like kind of not really sitting down to eat with the family and instead grabbing food on his own.
mm.
Uh, so yeah, that there is something going on with this rat, that much is for sure.
Is this where we wanna do the thing?
I imagine that this is probably where it's time to do the thing.
Yeah, it's time to do the thing. Uh,
Yeah. Just before certain events from Unfair Folk.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, surprised if you haven't gleaned onto that fact yet. This FPS takes place around like at the same time as Unfair Folk heart emoji.
Yeah, it's like when shows upload a section of episodes and like it's one event from the perspective of two different characters.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm. So
this
yeah,
is the
it's
fun companion episode.
yeah, it's morning and Mariz is once again they're a little slower now getting ready to go out as I keep glancing over to the drawer that serves as Fleck's bedroom.
And Fleck is probably like he is kind of just sitting on the little cushions that probably serve as his bed. Like he hasn't yet gotten dressed. Um, he, which is to say that basically he just hasn't put on his coat because you're not sure if you've ever seen him wear anything besides that outfit.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, so he's kind of just, you know, sitting there. He looks. Sometimes he gets up and like paces back and forth, like he wants to say something, but he's not quite sure how or when to do it. Um, you do every so often catch a glance going your way.
And if it's all right, I'd say that this is the perfect time as Maris is tying that little sash around their waist that clinches their dress the way they like. They kind of they look over at the drawer and they're just Fleck, you okay? You've been acting weird lately.
Fleck, he he kind of jumps. He looks back over at you and he's like, "Oh, uh, I'm fine."
Are
And you
you
do not need
sure?
to roll anything to know that he is
Yeah,
lying.
Maris is squinting and has turned like a bubblegum pink. Is it like, are you sure?
uh, well, uh, is there anything you want to tell me?
Maris is still that bubblegum pink as they kind of tilt their head. They're like, I don't think so. Was there anything you wanted me to tell you about?
Uh, well, you kind of noticed that you've been going places recently.
Uh, Maris thinks on that before turning golden yellow as they kind of laugh to themselves, like, yeah, I have, huh? But it's nothing you need to worry about.
Okay, Fleck is his ear kind of twitches a bit, and he shakes himself out a bit, like he's trying to steel his nerves for something. He hops out of his little drawer bedroom and to onto the top of the dresser to kind of look over to Mares a bit more evenly. Like, uh, well, you've been. I saw you throwing things at that guy.
I'm trying to find that thing that we wrote. There's a specific quote I want to say.
You want me to resend you it?
Yes, please. Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties, don't worry. We're taking a quick commercial break to remind you of our sponsors, Raycon.
Shut up!
There.
The bubblegum pink kind of desaturates a bit and turns a bit more purple. As they kind of jump at that, and it goes back to bubblegum pink. Like, yeah, what about it?
I mean, well, is it like that other time when you had a reason to do it?
Oh, this guy has such rancid vibes.
But did he do anything?
Why does that matter?
I and Fleck kind of just. Oh, he does not have a good look on his face right now. You can roll insight if you want to.
Let's do it. What's Mariz' insight? It's a dirty 20.
Oh boy, yeah, he looks just a little bit horrified at you saying that. Um, it's you're not entirely sure why he looks so upset. Like you were just talking about giving this guy his just desserts. He had rancid vibes and it's funny. So
Yeah.
what's the problem there? But, it seems that he is thinking something quite different from what you are and that he's taking this kind of personally.
Yeah, Mariz is still that bubblegum pink as they're squinting like, what's wrong? What is it?
Well, if he didn't if he didn't do anything, then are you just doing it because it's funny?
Well, not just because it's fun. It is kind of funny. But I said he has rancid vibes.
But he didn't do anything.
He could have done something. We don't know what he's done.
I know what you've done. And I would you do it to other people just because of vibes?
Well, I mean, if their vibes are rancid.
Wouldn't matter who it is?
Well, I mean, so far it's only been those two guys.
But what if it was what if it was someone else? What if what if you just woke up one day and you felt the same exact way towards, someone you didn't previously?
Well, I mean, first of all, it'd be kind of wild if their vibes got that rancid that quickly.
Oh,
I mean, if their vibes are rancid, they probably did something to make it that way.
but would you so so you would treat them that way too?
Well, I mean, what? Why? Why are you asking me that?
Well, what if it was me? And he's hunched over a bit. Like it kind of looks like he's scratching at his hands a little bit as his tail like curls in. Um, and his ears are pointed at the floor.
Mariz is absolutely still that bubblegum pink. They kind of tilt their head and they're still squinting like, I don't know what you do to make your vibes that rancid that quickly. He's just some guy with rancid vibes, Fleck.
He, but he didn't do anything.
We don't
So
know that.
I I know I'm not always the best at judging things, but he was he's only ever been nice. He never even fought back. So, what if the vibes were something that you couldn't control? What if it wasn't because of what someone did?
People don't just naturally have rancid vibes, Fleck. They had to have done something. He had to have done something.
It, have you asked?
And why would I want to talk to this guy?
'Cause what if it was wrong? What if he really didn't do anything? And you know, if he didn't do anything, would you keep going? Would you stop?
Mariz is kind of a burnt orange now as they cross their arms. Like I said, no one has rancid vibes for no reason, Fleck. He had to have done something. I don't know what it is. I don't know why I feel this way, but I'm pretty sure he has rancid vibes.
So I just want to hear that if I woke up and I felt like how he did, would you treat me the same?
Well, like I said, I'd wondered how you get such rancid vibes overnight.
But so you would then.
It's different. And I don't know how, but it is different.
I just I I don't know if I can, if you won't say that, how can I trust that?
And Maris's arms drop. And the burnt orange, I don't know how to describe this. It's kind of like a navy blue. They turned that color. Those colors. As their
Ew.
arm yeah, as their arms drop. What do you mean you can't trust me?
I just, if you,
I told you it's different.
and Fleck, he flinches back at that, and takes a few steps back. He's hunched over to the point where he is almost on all fours, but not quite. Like, I just, it's, if you won't say anything, then how?
I don't know how to explain it. It's different. I've never felt this way before, but I look at him and I get so mad, and his vibes are rancid. It's different.
And I just, he still didn't do anything.
We don't know that.
I know what he's like now. And so what if they did bad things in the past? If they're okay now, then that's what matters, right?
And Mariz is a goddamn kaleidoscope mood ring. So they go from that navy blue to kind of a like a dark purpley gray, and then a mulberry purple, and they're cycling through those. Cause the answer should be easy. This answer should be they've done bad things before. They've said to a close friend that friends do crimes together. But they don't know why it's different now. So as they're
I
cycling through
mean,
these. Hmm?
in their eyes, their crimes are always somewhat justified, you know?
Yeah, they don't know what this guy did or why his vibes are so rancid. Whatever he did, it is not justifiable to them. But they don't know how to articulate it, so the only thing that comes out of their mouth as they are cycling through these colors is it's different.
And Fleck he's kind of dropped to all fours now, and is backing up just a little bit more. He probably doesn't have too much space left to do that. Cause well, he's he's trying to be nice now. Like he still kind of has a long ways to go. He wants to give everyone the benefit of the doubt, but trust is still kind of hard for this little rat, and he still very much has a sense of self-preservation. So to him, this is very much not a good time. he's he's kind of just shaking a little bit as he shouts back like, "Well, how can you know that? How can you prove it?"
I don't know. I said I've never felt this way before about anyone. And I don't know how to explain it to you, but it's different.
And I'm just asking, how can I believe that? How can I trust you?
And there is that silence as they're cycling through their colors because they don't know how to explain it. They just don't know
Ooh,
how.
ooh, ooh, but it's angst.
Don't make jokes!
Sorry. Uh, and Fleck kind of just he sighs. He just takes a deep breath and tries to. He looks up at Mariz. He probably looks a whole lot smaller than you've than how he usually feels, and he's just like, just will you at least try to talk to him next time?
And Mariz is kind of a. It's not a very pleasant gradient to look at, but that navy blue to kind of a burnt orange as they turn to the door of their bedroom with a dismissive whatever maybe, and out they go.
Do they slam the door or are they just outy?
Oh, they might be upset enough to slam the door.
Roll with
Oh,
D2 if you
I
can't
know.
decide.
One is yes, two is no.
Oh boy, door slam
Uh,
time.
door slam time. Yeah, they slam the door as they go.
And Fleck is he does another jump and he curls in on himself even more and he is alone. But of course, that's not where we're ending it
Oh no,
today.
no, no, no. There's
Oh
one
no.
more.
Oh no. Yeah. So, Maris, Fleck You kind of got a little bit busy while you were out talking to Johan. So,
Mm-hmm.
let's do the time warp and see what happens when you come back, huh?
Yeah, Mariz comes home, kind of like tossing back and forth a couple golden marbles in their between their hands. Uh, the unpleasant navy blue to burnt orange is gone. Kind of a bubblegum pink that fades into uh kind of a lime green, like a bright green. Um, as they enter the apartment and make their way over to their room.
How fun. So, Mariz, the door is still closed from when you slammed it. Uh, you know, so why don't we open it and see what fun things have gone on?
Yeah, Mariz. I don't know how to describe this color, but they see the closed door, and the pink to green turns into this. You
Hee-hoo.
know that you know that combination of
Hee-hoo.
colors. Uh, as they put the marbles in their hammer space and quietly they're like, "Fleck, are you in here? I'm coming in." They open the door.
Well, there is no reply from Fleck. And why don't you do a perception check? I'll give you advantage because you're definitely on high alert right now.
Boop.
Oh no.
What if I can I use a luck point when I already have advantage?
I I yeah, sure, for lore reasons.
We need this.
No. The dice are bullying us today. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Um it doesn't take it's it's fine. It's pretty easy to notice. So yeah, you open the door, and the very first thing that you noticed is the window is open, and there is a rat on the windowsill, and he's got a stick in his hand and a little bag tied onto the end of it because this is he's a tune. You know what this means.
Yeah.
Uh, So that's the very first thing you notice. You're kind of so caught on that it's uh that you don't initially see the other parts, but eventually you do kind of absently notice that his little drawer room it has been cleaned out. It is empty now. The little cushions have been placed on your bed as if they were extra pillows, and Anna, it just looks like he's kind of cleared out his presence. There is a little note down by the lamp on your dresser, but yeah, your main focus is probably the rat on the
Mm.
windowsill who is looking extremely shocked that you just came in.
Mariz, as they're processing this, goes from a bubblegum pink to kind of a more desaturated, kind of magenta to a mulberry purple. And so, like, Fleck, what are you doing?
I'm, I'm sorry. I have to go. I
Fleck?
and he takes a step closer to the exit of the window. I, I thank you for taking care of me. I have to go. Um,
F- what? What do you mean what do you mean you have to go?
I I just have to. I if you and he's backing away more. Um, his there's a shot of his foot kind of doing the thing where it brushes against the edge. Um, and he pauses for a moment. He looks you directly in the eye. Um, and you're not entirely sure what he's feeling. He's not entirely sure what he's feeling either, but you both know that this is not a good situation. So the next part that comes out is a lot softer. Um, Almost like a whisper, but still loud enough for you to hear it just fine. Like, if you want to find me, go look at Little Corner. And he jumps out and
And
lands on the nearby branch. And let me roll a
Mariz
stealth.
Mariz is running to the window. Uh, yeah,
And he's gone.
Mariz runs to the window. That navy blue. It's the mulberry purple kind of gradient into the navy blue as they frantically glance outside. And as Fleck is running, all he hears is Fleck, 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 wait, Fleck, come back, Fleck.
And Mariz does not get a reply. They're left in a room that is only theirs, except for the little note on the table.
Do you have any? Do you want me to read that note? Is there anything on the note?
If Mariz wants to read the note.
Mariz might be too distressed to look at the note.
In that case, it can probably just end on a shot of the note
For the
and
audience.
Mariz staring out the window. Um, and the note, it kind of just it says that Fleck is sorry for doing this. Um, he has to go, and he'll be fine. He knows where there's people like him, and he knows that he'll be safe there, so Mariz doesn't have to worry. Um, you heard him mention Little Corner, so you can, when Mariz reads this, they can probably deduce that it's someone that he met during their little expedition earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, so
Yeah, that's
he's
when
met
Mariz
some
goes to
people
look at
he
the
can
note.
trust. Yep.
That's for later, and Mariz looks at the note. If I may, we probably end this. The camera pans. It is uh as it shows Mariz halfway sticking out their window for a while, calling out to Fleck. And they are fully that navy blue now. As tears start rolling down their face and they slowly go back inside. And they're bracing themselves on the window where they were holding themselves as they were halfway out. And the FPS closes with them slowly going down on their knees and pressing their face against the wall where the window is. And that's
And
where we end.
then it fades out.
Yeah.
Cue the end music. Yeah. So,
And
don't
this is a part where I don't know if we'll be able to edit into the video because I can't fucking edit videos. But for my lovely gallery, if you would turn your attention, that's where this comes in.
haha. Yep.
Okay. So yeah, the actual quote I did with that picture, it's just that picture, I believe. When I sent it was where is it? I have to go looky loo. That feeling when your brother ran away from home and it's your fault, and coincidentally your insomnia also gets worse.
Yeah, Mariz is gonna have a fun time in the coming weeks.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
yeah, this is where we end our FPS.
Yeah. So thank you for tuning in to this punch to the gut.
Mhm.
We're happy to have you all listening now and in the future.
Yeah, thank you, my
Uh,
beautiful gallery. Thank you, my beautiful Fletcher.
Thank you, my beautiful Marzi. And the obligatory assurance that, it's gonna be fine eventually. It's not fine now, but it will be.
Yeah. If there's
Uh,
one thing people on the server need to know about me and Fletcher is that we are not good at ending on bummers.
Yeah, so it was a lot to end on a bumper like this, but it's gonna lead into good things, good
Mhm.
character development things.
Yeah. All right. And thank you, our beautiful future listening audience, whoever sees it on YouTube.
All
Bye
right,
bye.
bye bye.